Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video I'm going to be starting a larger project that's probably going to mean that there'll be a second video to follow up on this. What I have is a big chunk of beech here that's probably only part seasoned. It was cut down in February at the start of this year and it's the middle of August now. So chances are it's still a bit wet. I sealed both ends after I rough turned it to take the bark and everything off to let it dry. But I've noticed that a crack has started to form at one of the ends. I've wrapped a Jubilee clip around there to try and stop that crack from getting any bigger. So I've decided what I'll do is I'll start a project out of this to get rid of most of the waste, and that should hopefully let it dry out a bit quicker and let me finish it. So what I want to make out of this is an interesting vase sort of thing, and I'd like to ebonize it as well. So in this video it will be turning the vase. I'll see how wet it is. It might need to be left to sit to dry for a month or two more, and then when it is dry I'll be ebonizing it and finishing it. The crack is here, so the first thing I'll do is turn this away to see just how far this crack penetrates into the wood. Once I can see that that's gone, I can begin to get an idea for a shape for this vase. Okay, the crack that was there seems to be gone now, so I'm happy that it hasn't gone too far down into there, and the wood actually seems really quite dry. I was expecting it to still be quite wet, so yeah, this is a bit exciting. We might be able to finish this a lot sooner than I expected. So I'll keep turning this away, see what sort of shape comes out to me. The wood looks really nice as well. It's got some really nice grain. Okay, everything you've seen up until now I did last night, at which point I was planning to make a vase out of this, but it's a new day now and I've been thinking a lot about it today while at work, and I've decided that I'm going to change it from being a vase to an urn, as I've never made an urn before. Partly because I planned to ebonize it, and I didn't want to just ebonize the whole thing because then it's just going to be all one solid colour. So what I plan to do now is I'm going to remove this part here and remove the foot here, and I have bits of sapele that I'm going to put on, one for the foot, and when I part this here, this will come out. I'll hollow this out and I'll turn a lid out of the sapele that will sit in there, and this part here will go into a piece of sapele as well, and then off of here I'll have a finial, and I have something special in mind for the finial, so we'll see how that goes. I'm happy with the shape I have of the urn part here anyway. So what I'll do is I'll turn these bits away, and then I'll do work on the pieces of sapele that will come into this. There'll be a tenon here that will go down into a piece of sapele, and a tenon on this part here that will go in, and this will be hollowed out. I've discovered quite a large cavity on the top here now. There's a knot that's rotted out, but I'll find some way to get around that. It shouldn't be a problem. And that's the finished base. I have here a piece of sapele that will be the bottom part of the lid. I have a tenon on here. I've already turned the mortise and the sapele for it. I have a good fit on there with that now. So before I can finish shaping the rest of this, I need to know how it's going to fit on top of the urn. So what I'll do is bore my opening hole with this. I'll bore it in, that will set the depth, and then I can turn the bottom of this away to a tenon, and I'll have that go into here, and then I can begin to shape this so that it will meet the top of the urn. Okay, so in this tenon I have two levels. The larger diameter is for fitting in the hole in the iron. This one here is just so that I can grip it with the chuck, and this lip here will let me have a flat seating in the jaws so that I'll know that it's going to run through, because it will seat up against that. So with this in, I'll be able to take this down to just a thin band that I want underneath the bit of beech at the top, and I can taper it to match the taper I have in the top of the iron as well. Okay, I have a good fit now between these three parts, so I'll sand and finish this piece of sapele now, then I'll be able to start hollowing out the iron. Here's the finished rim, which I'm hoping will provide a nice contrast to the iron once the iron has been ebonised. Okay, that's the hollowing done now. I'll try and let you see inside. It's the first time I've really used the Robert Sorby hollowing tool for something like this. So it was a bit hair raising at times, but I've managed to get quite a nice clean cut with the round scraper in there. I haven't undercut at the rim too much because of this knot, so I've left that as solid as I can, and once it's ebonised and finished I might fill that with some coloured resin, but I haven't decided yet. I might just leave it I prefer not to fill things if I don't have to. So I'll let you see all of the components together, and that will be it for part 1. Okay, so here's what we have so far. We have a foot made out of sapele. On the end of the tenon on the urn itself, I still have an extra part here so that I can hold it in the jaws of a chuck so I can ebonize and finish this. So it doesn't fit properly on the base yet. Once that extra part is cut off, then it will. The urn itself has been hollowed out, and I have this sapele room as well, just to have a break through this, so that when I ebonize this it will just be all one solid colour. Originally I was going to have this rim glued on to this upper part of beech, and that would be the lid. Now as I look at it, I think it might be better to glue the sapele onto the urn itself and have this and the finial just be the lid. So let me know in the comments below what you think might be better, and I'll decide closer to the time what I'll do. But that's it for part 1. In part 2 I'll ebonize the 2 parts of beech. I'll be doing that with a solution of vinegar and steel wool that I've had preparing for 4 days now, so it should be ready for me to do this. And I have something a little extra that will hopefully really help the beech ebonize in the way that I want it to. So if you haven't subscribed yet, click subscribe so that you'll be sure not to miss that, and also so that you don't miss out what I'm going to do for the finial. I have something special in mind for it. If you liked my lead pencil, then you'll like the finial that I'll put on this. If that's all I'll say about that, you'll have to subscribe so that you can come back and see what I do with the finial. If you have subscribed already as well, thank you very much. I just passed 100 subscribers, and you know, for the short space of time that I've been doing this, to have 100 people following the things that I'm doing is really quite remarkable. So thank you for your support, and come back and see what happens as far as ebonizing.